How'd it go, sir? How was your shadowing experience?
Yeah, no, it was an amazing day overall. Seen a lot of great places. It was great hanging out with you.
Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Today we are going to St. George, Utah, followed by Vegas, both to look at real estate, and we're going to be doing a separate stop at the Boxable factory to see what they've got going on with their small home building division. Let's see how far away we are from actually getting some Boxable units delivered. Pretty excited, so we've got a lot to cover today. It is 8:09 a.m. Let's get on the plane and see how fast we can get all this done to make sure I am home to say goodnight to my little kids. Maybe even scooter around with them. Let's go. I'm working on my notes for Boxable. In the meantime, we're about 30 minutes away from St. George, Utah right now. And I'll tell you one thing. There's nothing like the pilots expecting me playing Top Gun for takeoff and then all of a sudden blasting Barbie Girl. Good job, man. That was intense. I'm back here like, shit, man, I need my tequila.
What was funny is the crosswind that they were calling for was much lower than what it really was.
This was intense.
It's always like that around the mountains.
It was just the cold wind or
mechanical turbulence.
Whatever that means, man. Good job. Good job, man. Welcome to St. George, Utah. Back in the day, this area had actually received some fallout from a nuclear facility accident in Nevada, and people who were growing up and received a little bit of a dose in the 60s had higher incidences of problems. Now, supposedly, that's not happening anymore today, and a lot of these illnesses have fallen off as of the 80s. You haven't seen any kind of abnormal spikes. Just sort of an interesting little historical fact. You've got a median income here of $27,925, slightly lower on the per capita income than generally what we're used to looking at, but poverty rate only sitting at about 11.3%. You are in southwest Utah, and you're looking at about a 64% Mormon population in this area. Let's see what the houses are like next. Wood shake roof here, that's crazy. This guy's got a higher insurance premium. And so you got some metal roofs over here. Got a lot of differences. This guy's got a metal roof, that's gorgeous. Ranch style home. What is this? This is Blooming Hills Park. Okay. Yeah, our goal, so you know, is second half of the year. Okay. And anything where we can add value and then rent it out long term. So not short term, rent long term.
When I spoke with McKay saying that you were mostly interested in track.
I'm open to obviously your insights and opinions. Generally what I find is tracks are easy to comp. I've been doing real estate as a broker for about 13 years, but I've stopped doing sales. So I found tracks are easy to comp, they're easy to rent. If we need to sell them, they're easy to sell. We like that liquidity. So we try to stay away from unique. We want to be away from busy roads, high tension power lines, anything that's abnormal. We don't like abnormal additions, like people walking through a bedroom to get to another. Just give us what the builder made, basically. Okay. But if we can find things exactly like this that are, I imagine, quite rentable, and I'd love to hear your opinion on it, but that still has which these are just the painted originals, I think. So the unpainted versions of this, right?
I was trying to look at tract versus locations that are going to be ideal where, we have high school ratings, where people want to live. So I actually brought you quite a bit of data.
Thank you so much.
So this is actually doing reports, census, it's usually a few years back. So this is the most recent report, which is 2021.
Thank you for that.
So much has changed since
21 already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So this area, basically there's a river that kind of runs right through St. George, the Virgin River.
Okay.
Everything south of the river is looked at as a more desirable area.
Okay.
So Bloomington Hills is built around a golf course. It used to be a private golf course. Now it's owned by the city.
Okay.
Golf course.
I see.
We're in South Bloomington Hills right now. As we go across, and then you get into North Bloomington Hills. So you have properties. This is probably the lowest price point that you're going to find in this subdivision. Upwards of, when you get up into North Bloomington Hills, there's a few shoot-offs where you have homes over $1 million.
Wow. What would you say on average you're renting out something like, what is this, a 3 and 2, I'm guessing?
Yep, this is a 3-2. That's all we're seeing today.
Okay.
So I actually printed this.
Okay, awesome.
This is based off of HUD data.
Perfect.
And it talks about the fair market rent in Utah or in St. George. And then I kind of defined the difference between fair market and what median. So even as the fair market rent is going to be what HUD wants us to be providing, homes for.
Of course.
Lower price point. And that's where we're at right now. Now, this home here, I would say you're probably 22 to 2,300.
So a little bit above because of the neighborhood, maybe then. Okay.
Well, no, and just jumping to the median.
Okay,
So
okay.
fair market is always going to be lower than what the median is.
They're always lagging behind.
Why would a renter want to be here? The
What
schools.
drags folks to either come, stay, or leave? What would you generally say?
So, and this is just a few.
Okay.
So climate, we've got now, today is an anomaly.
300 days of sun. Oh,
plus
so
of
you're very
sunshine.
similar to Arizona then.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah.
still, that's interesting.
Now, we typically tend to have mild winters. This is unusually cool right now. But we do have days where it hits over 100.
Wow.
Now,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you've heard
Sure.
the difference between dry heat and humidity. We have very little humidity.
I live in South
so
Florida.
when you're oh, no, that's miserable.
Yeah.
So when you're in the sun here,
Yeah.
when the wind blows, it kind of gives you the effect of like if you open up your oven and lean in too quick, and you get that like
That's your
hot air.
That's your 100-degree
But
day.
yeah,
Huh?
you can go into the shade and it feels cooler.
Sure.
When there's humidity, it doesn't matter where you go.
Got it.
So that actually draws a lot of people here for the outdoor activity. So we're host to now Amy's husband's a pro athlete, triathlete. So we host 2 Ironman. And isn't one the qualifier for the Kona?
The world's.
So
and
we
it
host.
was Kona here because
Yeah.
of COVID.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Wow.
we hosted that last year. We also host the St. George Marathon with a myriad of other races, but St. George Marathon is a qualifier for Boston Marathon.
So that's why you get so many
So-
the RVs and sort of the
Oh, yeah.
outdoorsy.
Zion's
Yeah.
National.
That's
Park.
awesome.
Yeah, so we are
that
within
makes sense.
hours
That's above us.
of Zion, Bryce Canyon, Capitol Reef, and Grand
Red-
Canyon.
I see.
We also have a huge retirement community here.
Okay.
Because of the weather, we have a lot of what we call snowbirds. So people come here in the winter,
Okay.
and then they go back up north in the summer.
And where would you have sort of like where would a typical, let's say, like a 3-2 homeowner, maybe a 4-2 homeowner, a couple with kids, where would they work generally out here?
So that is I've got that all in this data. So we
perfect.
actually have, there are a lot of, so Utah itself there are a lot of like entrepreneurs.
Sure, self-employed.
So, I think we're like the capital too of like MLMs. stuff
Oh
like
my
that,
gosh,
you know?
wow, that's awesome.
But bigger companies like doTERRA, stuff like that. We have a huge base of construction here because of our growth. I missed the last economic summit.
Sure.
But I want to say we're somewhere between 16 and 20% private land ownership. So we have so much space to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems like
so,
your
yeah.
population has been growing,
Yeah.
especially post-COVID. Have you
this-
seen any reversal of that post-COVID where some people are like, oh, I came out during COVID and now they're moving to
No.
cities again? No, they're
No,
staying.
I would say Vegas, Pacific Northwest, California.
Yeah.
I actually have, over the last few years, probably 4 to 5 clients moving from like Midwest and
Oh,
like
wow.
Virginia, like East Coast.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
So,
Why would somebody sell and then if they were leaving the area?
And leave the area.
Yeah.
So most of the sellers that I have are just upgrading.
Oh,
They're
okay.
not leaving the area.
Okay,
So,
upgrading within, sure.
but there
That's
are
awesome.
a lot of people now that are, I felt like post-COVID, it was kind of like that tiny house movement where everybody
Yeah.
wanted to downsize.
Yeah.
And so now everybody want a
Space.
home office. They want a place to homeschool their kids. People have a lot of kids here in Utah. I don't know if have you guys
That's
ever
the
been
Mormon
here?
part, huh?
Yeah.
He's a Mormon. He's our designated Mormon, we say.
Okay, awesome. But as far as work, Tech Ridge, and I believe this report has, let's see, I think
Tech Ridge.
Tech Ridge
Is that a nickname?
No, that's the actual name. So Tech Ridge is where it used to be the old airport.
Is that relatively closer to like a downtown then?
Yeah,
or-
so we're
Oh,
actually not far from downtown. That's
I
why
see.
I love being over here. I can jump on the freeway and be downtown in probably 4 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I could also go up just through city streets and
Oh, yeah,
and
you could
access
just take
shopping,
Brigham. Is that Brigham?
Brigham.
Brigham.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
you get
you're on the highway.
and then you're right there.
Okay. Yep.
So I have 4 homes here in southern Utah. So
Nice.
I've got one that's right downtown.
Okay. Do you try to Airbnb that?
Actually, that's a long-term goal because
Okay.
it is in the historic district. So
Oh, yeah.
Airbnbs are tricky here. You have to be in a specifically zoned area.
Probably closer to downtown then.
Downtown, or we actually have zoning for it.
Okay.
So, and the Airbnbs here are, In fact, they put a moratorium on it for a while because
So many of them.
Yeah, and they're.
I see
full
that
all the
everywhere.
time.
There's so many Airbnbs everywhere.
So what's that?
I wish I knew Airbnbs were doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tech Ridge, though, it's an amazing addition to the community, and that.
So what is Tech Ridge? That's a neighborhood?
So let's see. I think there's no. Tech Ridge is it's up off the boulevard, and I thought we printed that.
You
I
have
don't even
also
know how
these
many
neighborhoods up here by the
how
Home
many
Depot.
acres it is, but it's so the university has buildings up there. They've got the Dixie Tech's up there. I want to say aviation, but it's not.
Off like Dixie
aviation.
Drive as well and all that. The golf club, Sunbrook Golf
So
Club.
it's actually like a ridge between.
It's like up on a plateau almost.
I see,
So-
I see. Okay, yeah.
And I forgot the southern part where you got off. I don't know if it took you off River Road when you came, or Brigham Road.
Yeah.
There's an industrial area where we have huge distribution centers. So we have a Walmart distribution center.
Okay.
We have a Dollar Tree distribution center.
okay.
But I mean, we're kind of like a hub because we're so close. We're an hour and a half from Vegas.
Yeah.
Now with traffic, maybe 2 hours.
Oh, that's, where do they fly out of? Or are they just driving them out, trucking them out of here?
Yeah,
out of
trucks. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. I'll take a quick look around and then we'll get to the next one.
Absolutely.
Let's see what we got. So the traditional, the older school wainscoting here. You got this a lot in the 90s. This is nice. So you got 1985 kind of vaulted ceiling. In a weird way, you don't actually see that much anymore today because you're either getting 2 stories, which obviously generally have an open area, but a lot of the newer construction, you just do 9-foot ceilings throughout and they're not doing the vaults. If you think about it, it's a lot more intense to build it that way. So just go 9 foot and don't do the vaults. Make it feel a little larger. 6-panel doors, pretty classic. You still got the ivory little switches here. Easy little upgrade. Here's another easy little upgrade. You could, nice fiberglass enclosure here. You could easily upgrade to white by spraying it. The old school, let's just paint. See, this is why I don't like buying other people's renovated stuff because they put flat paint on this towel rack. This is going to be black and dirty very, very quickly, not only because people get out of the shower and they grab it, but as you put things on and off of it. It looks like they used an eggshell on the wall, but then a gloss or semi-gloss on the ceiling in the hallways, which is quite shiny. So some of the choices here, not exactly my favorite. It feels a little bit like a... I hate to say it, but it's sort of what we oftentimes say is like the blow and go, where you kind of just do the quick little update on the cabinet. See, even this cabinet should not be a flat paint. They should be at least a semi-gloss. The fact that this is flat, big mistake. So we got the Formica top over here. But yeah, this is sort of your typical, I think this was a 3 and 2. This looks like your master over here. You put some new rugs down, carpet down. That looks like a smoke detector junction box, not a light fixture, but then it wouldn't be switchable. It's kind of interesting that they put that over there. I've seen smoke detectors there before, but maybe it wasn't like. Anyway, this is cute how they did this. So this is a big theme right now as people are doing this sort of navy blue cabinet. This is really nice. Ordinarily, you would go with a gold style handle here, and I'm not talking about the old gold. I'm talking about the new brass golds that look pretty good. But that's nice. Could go, it's actually fine. This is not bad. I'm not going to complain about that. I like that. Formica tops over here. You got this sort of older gold trim over here. It's clean though, clean. Obviously, if we were buying, we'd be looking for something a little bit more dirty and messed up, right? Where we can go do that sort of paint work. So some of this is already taking the wedginess away. 2-inch faux wood blinds, very, very classic for rental properties. That's right here. So these are, these are 2-inch faux woods. Looks like you've got some delamination on the actual dual pane window. So you can see the moisture. That looks like it's inside the window, in between the 2 panes of glass there. So starting to have a little bit of a dual pane failure there. Not a big deal, but those are little things that I would pay attention to because in the future, I will have to replace that. Hey, by the way, in case you're wondering why I'm traveling for real estate, it's to really become the best expert in all these various different markets for HouseHack.com. That's my real estate startup. We're currently raising money at a 1-to-1 valuation for accredited investors. And if you invest before the month's end, you get some extra bonus warrants, which are kind of like call options to invest more in the future if you want to. You don't have to. Learn more about that at the solicitation at HouseHack.com. HouseHack.com. But come April or May here in 2023, we should be opening up this investment round to non-accredited investors through a Reg A, which will be very awesome, and we hope you join us in. We'll be raising money at a 1-to-1 valuation, which means for every dollar we raise, that's the valuation of the company. So for example, if we raise $50 million, the company is worth $50 million. So you're really not suffering any kind of brand or company dilution. This is really rare when you're looking at a startup. So we're super excited to be able to offer a company and investments and shares into the company at that 1-to-1 valuation. Now, once that fundraise closes, if our cash flow projections go the way we're looking, we might not have to raise money again for quite a while. Maybe not even until we IPO at some point in the future. And knock on wood, we're really excited about the prospects for the company. So we'd love to have you aboard on the journey. Just go to HouseHack.com to learn more. Yeah, the wood look tile, right?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And especially with rentals, I really don't love to have carpet in rentals, but at least not in the traffic area.
Yeah. I mean, do you see a lot of people doing vinyl plank out here? And how do you see it with like sort of the weather here? Any impacts or preferences, differences?
No, I mean, we have very low humidity. I mean, unless someone has a flood, you want to pull it up and dry it out and put it back down. But my preference would be tile.
The porcelain tile. Yeah. Indestructible. Children
then,
throw things.
Yeah.
It bounces right off.
Turnover with renters, this is pretty small area for carpet, so it would be most affordable to replace with carpet, but long term, having all solid surface floors would be
easier.
Ideal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we've got 2 bedrooms here and then one probably on the other side. Okay. That's awesome. No, I agree with you.
Do you want those papers or do you want me to?
Oh, yeah, I'll hand it up to. Where is the 3rd bedroom? Did I miss it? It's up here. Ah, there it is. Oh, how interesting.
And so now,
oh yeah, that's nice.
We used to have a closet to call, and this one does have a closet.
Sure.
To call it a bedroom for an appraisal, but now, as long as it has the egress with a window or a door, we can call it a bedroom.
Oh, that's interesting.
But this is a true 3-bedroom.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, let's head to the next one.
Jesse says you're an awesome human and a pretty dang good agent.
Yeah, he's great.
So this little patches like this is where you'd want to look and see, okay, maybe was there a roof leak in the past, especially in the flat, in the vaulted area, you might have some more. It's not a big deal. It might be, just a matter of tuning up a certain area, but you'd like to know, hey, what was the history there? And easy little things to point out. Usually you could see those drywall defects pretty easily. They probably fixed that themselves based on the way they did the drywall. Somebody who does drywall for a living could do a better job. Is this a normal sized yard?
No.
Okay, so this is
a little bit larger.
And that's because of the cul-de-sac that we're on.
Yeah,
probably, presumably. Okay. I noticed I came in here, I saw one had wood shake, obviously the original, the old stuff. Then you have a lot of tile roofs. You have, some people are doing the metal roofs.
Yep.
There's a concrete guy over there. And then you've got the shingle, which is generally what we see in Cali. This looks brand spanking new.
Oh, the yard. So yeah, that's what I was going to say. So as far as the rental goes, I see a mix with people that want rentals. Some people don't want a big yard because they don't want a tenant to leave that in their hands.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when I have clients that are purchasing a rental that does have grass, I'll say just hire that out and include that in the rent.
Okay.
Because to leave that up to the tenant, if someone let this go, I mean, you're probably $5,000 to $8,000 to have it resodded. And yeah.
Yeah. Now, what about, what were you going to say about the asphalt shingle, or were you just making the observation that it had asphalt shingle?
No. So the asphalt shingles here, you're probably 20 to 25 years.
Okay.
The tile is a lifetime, as long as people don't walk on it. And some of the
Christmas decorations.
Yeah. So some of the tile roofs you'll see they do have their furnace or like a heat pump on top.
Oh, okay.
And when they do that, they usually do a patch of asphalt so that you can access it without having to walk on the tile.
Ah, interesting.
So
that's good to know.
Yeah.
And then this, is this like an easement or whatever? I mean, it's specific to the property, doesn't it?
It's an odd-shaped yard.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah, the property line
Probably some little
probably
easement
does
there.
go
Somewhere.
right there, yeah.
Either way. Okay, that's now I notice your electrical panel is actually not in the house or outside the house. Is that normal? Because I see the meter here.
The meter's there, so usually
Panel.
it's in the garage.
Oh, you do it inside.
My
Okay.
older home has it outside. I just have a padlock on it so someone can't
Turn it all off on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Then your tenants want a service call. A sort of aluminum faucet or soffit you have over here. It's certainly upgraded. They probably did this with the roof. It keeps your lumber unexposed to the elements. You get less wood rot that way. So yeah, that's interesting that this particular subdivision is sort of all individual built homes, and that explains why we have so many different roofs out here and different styles. Yeah, so what you're, oh, thank you, Mikey. Mikey bringing that.
Invest in hand warmers.
Ooh, we should put an Amazon link in the description.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, I mean, that's why you're seeing brick lined in front here, stucco over here, siding over here, Arizona style stucco, ranch house with a giant fireplace over here. You know, this is more of like your 2000 style stucco. It's very interesting. I mean, I generally like that consistent feel, but it's good to know. And there are plenty of tracks in the area out here. So I like St. George so far.
So when you first meet with an agent in the new area, what are your intentions to start? Like, what are some of the first key questions you want to ask?
Really, it doesn't matter so terribly. What is important is building rapport and relationships wherever you go. Real estate is a people business, so you've got to be. You want people to want to work with you, right? So I get really excited about things, so I want to make sure that I give the other people time to talk, and they tell you great information. So if you could take that in as well, you're not going to remember everything on your first outing. You go out with an agent again in the future, things will start sounding familiar. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. So over time, you'll become more expert in an area the more often you visit. For example, next time I visit St. George, I don't need to ask the same questions, but some things I'll start seeing and, oh, I remember. That's really important. That's how you're going to become an expert in the area. But you want to build that rapport with your agent. Very, very important. Yeah, this is very nice. I'm actually surprised, even without an HOA, it's very well kept up, and you have a very consistent style of home out here. Almost all what look like almost single story, 3-2s, maybe 4-2s. So very consistent builds. It's really just people have sort of cladded their homes differently. They put solar panels up. Good observation. That's a Florida style home right there. But if your electricity's cheap, it doesn't make sense to do solar and build beautiful homes out here. Some of these brand new ones.
Yeah, I was curious to hear your thoughts, because these aren't tracked at all. They're all.
No, it's okay though, because they're all so consistent. 3-2, 4-2. 1,600 square feet over there for a 3-2, or 1,400 square feet there for a 3-2. I can adjust that. That's easy. Have you noticed the pickup in the last 30 days or so? Yeah. Because rates picked up again in the last couple of weeks, but it seems like a lot of people were able to lock in a little lower. Semi-gloss painted wood on the outside. That's how you're supposed to do it. It's a good sign already. What the screen here?
It looks like they just print. Okay.
You got the damaged garage door a little bit. It's perfect. I like it already. Single pane window. That's an expensive window right here to replace.
So this is one that is going to need a little bit more work.
See, we love that. This was the 1992 property. You've also got some of the ceiling staining in multiple areas, so it might be closer to a resheeting on the roof. So I love it. I love the dirty carpet. It's actually, this has some good spaciousness to it. You've got the 90s style kitchen cabinetry over here. Now sometimes these are laminated, which makes them a lot harder to paint, but these are actually wood, which is nice, unless they're really damaged. Which this had a little, needs a little TLC to clean it up and sand it down a little bit. This is exactly kind of what we would be buying, by the way. This is great. I mean, these older kind of cabinets, countertops, appliances, the colors are funky, the carpets. This is perfect. Even like the transitions of the floor kind of like, I love it. This is exactly. This is exactly the kind of thing that we would be looking to buy. This is right on, I got the brass hardware over here. See, because none of this is that hard. Some of the cracking over here from the property settling, that's a normal settlement crack. That's nothing to be alarmed by. Simply, look at this. You got laminate flooring in the bathroom. This stuff bubbles up and warps up because it's not supposed to be where water is. Whoever installed it, look at that. They cut around the toilet. You're supposed to lift the toilet up and then put the floor. That's pretty funny. So, there's some do-it-yourself work here, but not a lot of love that went into this place. So, older bedrooms over here. Ooh, walk-in closet, that's nice. Oh, this is the master. Oh yeah, baby. Carpet in the master bathroom. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is perfect. This is great. There's the laminate again in there. It's just nasty crunginess around where your fixtures and finishes are. This is nasty. Somebody painted this. This is an old Formica top, which is basically just like an MDF fiberboard with a little thin sheet of laminate over it. But then somebody decided to paint it because it's been chipped and damaged before. It's honestly probably a rental before, but someone not terribly qualified, in my opinion, based on the way it is. But this is great. I love this. So how much do you think this place would be worth fixed up in this neighborhood?
What's the square footage on this one again?
This 14, 15, let's say 1,500. It's a newer window. Also, a lot. Oh, what is that? 2,000 in this one? Wow. High 4s, low 5s. So, like, if let's say, for example, if let's say you went and you put $25,000 in, you paid list price $399,000. So you're in for $400K. Put 25 in. If let's say it was worth $525, that's a $100,000 wedge. That $80,000 to $100,000, like after we fix up, that's our sweet spot. Yeah, because the flippers want more. So we're able to go a little under the flippers, and it's easier to actually close deals. Easy, I think, to probably solve on privacy over here. Maybe a few trees or something you can plant over here once you clean up the back, but then call it a day. This is nice. I really like this property. This was a good one. Tell us about yourself. Your name, number, shout.
Hey, I'm Samantha Orvin. I've been in real estate in Southern Utah for 17 years. My phone number is 435-229-6748, and you can find me at orvinrealestate.com. It's ORVIN.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good.
Pleasure to meet you. Yeah, absolutely. Jesse, right?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
This is Alex.
Oh, hey, Alex.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, pleasure. This is great. So this is obviously a tract. Is there an HOA here?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I actually like HOAs. It's better for rentals.
That's what he
as long as
said.
they allow rentals, you know.
They do.
Okay. Yeah.
So you got a $55 HOA.
nothing,
This
yeah.
property is 1,609 square feet.
Nice.
And we're going to see 3. I took one off because the agent marked it wrong. He marked
No
it
worries.
as a single family, and it's not.
Okay, no worries.
So
What do you see in terms of like longevity of tenant out here usually? Like, do they stay?
yeah, they do.
Okay. It's not too far from like downtown or whatever.
No, we're
It's like 8 minutes, right?
20 minutes.
Oh, 12, okay.
Not even
8
that.
minutes to the Olive Garden. I saw an Olive Garden.
Yeah,
I'm like, I used to love that place.
To downtown St. George, you're probably 15 minutes.
I see. Okay,
So I
okay.
actually live in Hurricane, and it takes me as long to get to my office in downtown St. George as it would somebody out in, say, Little Valley, or you were just in Bloomington, right?
Yes, exactly.
So
Yeah.
in Bloomington, it's 15 minutes no matter what you do. It only takes me 23 from Hurricane.
Oh, wow.
So it's
So
not
what's the
like-
difference between Hurricane and here?
It's Hurricane's a lot smaller, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
only about 30,000 people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's quieter,
Got it.
it
Maybe
used
more
to-
land.
but it is more windy.
More windy.
Hurricane.
Because it was pretty windy in Bloomington.
Yeah, Hurricane sits down in the valley, and so it's right in.
Oh, is that where its name came from? What's beautiful about this is, first of all, these homes are way newer. I mean, this is a 2000 style architecture, concrete roofs. The beautiful thing about this is people who know the neighborhood, they know all the problems with the neighborhood, all the problems with the builder. So it's so easy. It's almost like you don't even have to inspect. You could almost buy it blindly. Obviously, you're not going to, but you know what the defects are in the neighborhood. So concrete tile roofs. I mean, these are going to be better insulated. You've got newer dual pane windows. You've got the weep screeds. Okay, so very few people know about these, but you know, a lot of older homes, they don't have the weep screeds, which basically lets moisture come out of the wall, so you don't get the stucco peeling off, which you get sometimes in older homes. Good. All right, let's do it. Oh, this is gorgeous. Well, how many square feet is this?
1,600.
16.
I'm gonna give you
Gorgeous
this.
entrance. Hey, you might not know this yet, but I've got some incredible programs on Building Your Wealth link down below, especially when it comes to real estate investing, 0 to millionaire real estate, how to get started, how to get your first rental property, your first home to live in, how to negotiate that deal, how to work with agents, how to find agents and contractors, CPAs. Do you need an LLC? How should you form an LLC? All of this information and much more, including money saving tricks and strategies for renovating and making sure you're getting wedge deals so you're increasing your net worth as soon as possible, as well as analysis on actual deals that people are doing in our group. Make sure to check out those programs linked down below. You want to generally start with the 0 to millionaire real estate investing course if you're looking to build your wealth in real estate. Most people end up bundling this with the Stocks and Psychology of Money group, really great for starting off building your wealth. And then folks tend to move on to the do-it-yourself property management and rental renovations group, which is also extremely phenomenal for when you're ready to start scaling your rental portfolio. So check that out via the link down below, and make sure to take advantage of the flash sale. What would something like this rent for?
Got that for you too.
Awesome. Oh, this is
Around 1,600
fantastic.
to 1,800.
Yeah. What are your typical buyers do, or your owners or tenants do out here for a living?
They're either a lot of construction. We do have a Walmart distribution center, a Family Dollar distribution center, so there's a lot of people
Working
that
there.
work there. A lot of tourism. So Southern Utah, we have millions of people come through here because we're literally from right here, 45 minutes from Zion National Park.
And that's why you see all the RVs.
2.5 hours from Grand Canyon, Lake Powell.
That's great.
So we get a lot of traffic.
Yeah, that's really good to know. And so some of the things, so you know what we're looking for, because we love the tracks like this. We think it's great.
Are you guys more interested in homes that you can build value in by remodeling?
Fix them up. Yeah,
rather
exactly.
than already remodeling.
Yeah, so something like, we don't mind newer. Newer's obviously better, right? We don't mind the HOA, those are great. Something like this, we probably have to have that kind of like the stinky carpet, the paint's messed up, like you had a bad tenant, that kind of experience, right? So we don't mind obviously looking at stuff like this because then we get to learn the neighborhood and meet with you. But when it comes by time, second half of the year and then on from there, something where if a flipper is here, we're like here, and then the home buyer's here with the valuation, right? And so we want to capitalize on that difference where you put in $25,000, $30,000 of paint, carpet, and that stuff, and we can get some value.
Cool. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So this isn't really that area, but some of the houses maybe.
And that's the thing, because now we know the neighborhood, and then when that fixer comes up and you hear about it, we don't even have to look at it, we can just buy it.
And I'll show you some different areas. So this area,
Yeah.
and I also pulled another list for you. It's actually crimson boundary. So the one thing I noticed here though that we might want to consider, this little pocket, cell service is horrible.
Oh, okay.
So, which is going to be a problem with tenants. Right?
Interesting.
So,
Good point.
But right here, anywhere in this area right here, because this will all be crimson boundaries right here.
That pocket there.
And then over here, so when he initially called me, he asked about Royal Oaks.
Okay.
Which is right here.
Okay.
But this corridor right here as well is a really nice area. Now they get a little bit pricey, but you're going to attract a better tenant.
Interesting. Okay.
So you're going to be more,
so like 500-600s. Yeah. Okay.
Probably over on this side 600 or 700. Here it's going to be a little bit lower, but not Royal Oaks. Okay. The reason we didn't go over there because there was only one listing, and I saw this little pocket, and I said, "Wow."
May as well.
And then I'm going to give you some other areas to
of course.
That's
fantastic. Yeah. Okay. Great. So I mean, this is fantastic. You got the 9-foot ceilings over here. This is sort of your newer style. 2011, obviously.
You guys had lunch yet?
Yeah. I mean, this is great. So what you have on this, the way this is laid out, is you have the master on one side, 2 bedrooms on the other side. These are simple. 1,600 square feet. A tenant comes in, destroys it. It doesn't take that much to refloor or repaint. 1,600 square feet. So this is the perfect kind of typical size. We don't want to get too big on square footage because then our budget, our fix-up budget is too high. This is about the typical lot size you usually expect. Okay.
As you get further down into Coral Canyon, there are some larger ones.
Sure. More maintenance. We got to get a sprinter like this, man. Obviously, in a newer neighborhood, it's you're a little harder pressed to find a fixer, but they come up. And when fixers come up in newer neighborhoods, you just gotta buy, because you get the benefit of newer construction, less headaches, lower risks, lower inspection risks, and everything. By the way, thank you for shadowing us today. You want to shadow me? Link down below. Yeah. I mean, we don't need to find fixers right now, you know. But yeah, no, that's actually a perfect size, really. I mean, 3.2, 1,600 square feet like that is so easy to fix those things up. Decent floor plan, you know. But yeah. This is
he's selling that one too. Larkin is his roof.
Oh, nice.
Did you hear it snowed last night?
No, wait, what?
It snowed here last night.
Look. Is this snow?
Yeah, you will.
It's powder. You can go skiing. No, it's yellow. My pants are dirty. McKay, what did you do to my pants yesterday? Ooh, this looks good already. I like the broken doorbell. Darn it, there's a new carpet. These are great floor plans. They got the open house set up, ready to go. I like this neighborhood because the floor plans so far are fantastic. See, this is good. I can't believe they did a kitchen like this in 2011. That is really surprising that they went back to like a 90s kitchen in 2011. These are 11 builds, right?
This is 2004.
Oh, 4. That's even better. See, this is great. See, like you get kitchens and baths like this, and then you get some dirty carpet and dirty paint. I don't need much more to get a wedge. So that's great. Yeah, I like that. These cabinets would soak up paint so well. I like it.
This reminds me of the house that you bought that flooded.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I didn't have to do that much work.
yeah, no, very similar.
That was built in 2003.
Yeah.
This is 04. Yeah, but they just did paint and carpet in here. You can smell it. So they've already removed some of the wedginess. I mean, that's smart for them. But yeah, I mean, if this had like mold somewhere and some nasty carpet or whatever, easy buy.
You're not scared of mold?
Oh, I love mold.
Kevin,
More mold, more asbestos, more lead, the better. It's great. No, these are nice. Yeah. Oh, 3-car garages out here too on the single stories. Nice. That's attractive for a tenant, and especially since you're going to get more. You got water softeners out here too. Especially since you're going to get more of that sort of outdoor living. That's cool. And this is great. Let's go to the next one. That's what I was saying earlier to the guys. Like, look, taller ceilings. You don't have to do those vaulted ceilings anymore like they did in the 70s or 80s. And they're cheaper to build that way, and they're cheaper to maintain, fixing stuff, roof, whatever. So, but yeah, it's people like that. It makes it feel spacious.
It makes it feel taller ceilings.
Yeah, it's great. And this even has the plantation shutters.
And the larger doors makes it feel like it's a more expensive home.
Yeah, it's also true. That's that luxury 1,600 square
walk
feet.
in, it's true. They were like, oh wow.
Yeah, it's my 1,600 square foot mansion. Yes, I like it. Psychology of real estate.
I don't ever meet anybody without gifts, but there's so
No
many.
way! Stop! Oh my gosh!
There's so many of you. I brought different gifts.
Oh, like that $1 million, or is that $1 billion?
$1 billion.
Oh my god! Oh my lord! You can't put a price on amazing clients, but here's a down payment.
Oh,
$1 billion Christmas.
I like that.
That is cool. The smart man. This is very cool. By the way, these cabinets are beautiful because I can paint them. This is really nice. Thank you for that. Why don't you shout yourself out to everyone? So
I'm Jesse Paul. I'm with the Larkin Group here in St. George, Utah. Keller Williams Realty, actually powered by Place. You're probably familiar with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And so we're here. We work the Washington County, Utah, Iron County, Utah, which is Cedar City, about 50 miles north. So we cover quite a large area. You can find us actually if you go to gostgeorge.com, GOSTGeorge.com. You'll be able to find our team. We're a team of about 10.
Nice. What's your number? Do you want to throw that out there?
My number is 435-619-9415.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, this neighborhood is fantastic. I really like this. So
I don't know. Yesterday we were talking about the freeway. Did you guys notice over there?
Oh yeah, it's right there.
Why?
No, I don't hear it at all.
It's
That
so
was my
high.
biggest worry.
Really?
It's so high that all the noise.
Because
goes
on the
out.
map you look,
And inside you don't hear it
You
at
don't
all.
hear it.
Now you will hear it outside.
Sure. But nominally it
But-
seems like.
But normally, even though it's so close, you won't hear much.
I love the 2003 where they did the cutout for the TVs because now the cutouts are getting too small for the crazy TVs we do. Okay, so see, look at that. They've already upgraded the hinges. They got rid of the brass and they went for the brushed nickel. Smart. They did what I want to do. That's okay. These are nice. They left the cabinets. You got the builder grade linoleum over here. Linoleum's actually fantastic for cheaper rentals. I'm actually a big fan of doing linoleum like this. You know, this is a more expensive carpet too. Really nice Berber carpet. Pretty clean fiberglass enclosure over here. These are nice. I mean, you just need a little caulking around the faucets, paint the cabinets. There's not much to do on some of these. Obviously, none of these would give you like a substantial like wedge, but you know the neighborhood. Now you're not scared of the highway because you've already kind of felt what the highway's like. This is fantastic. So I like this. Yeah, you got the shower over here. You don't need 2 bathtubs. That's fine. Garage, I don't really need to check that out. This looks like a laminate. Yeah, this is a higher end laminate. It's nice. Might actually be engineered. It's not bad. This is nice. This is a great neighborhood. This one's a little smaller. What's the size on this one? I left the paper. That doesn't matter. 1442. Okay, awesome. This is great. Thank you so much, and thank you for your hospitality with your gifts. This is phenomenal. So yeah, we're looking at second half of this year to start. Ramp slowly, and we'll be buying probably a lot. And beginning of 2024, we'll probably be pretty active. I think it'll get to where we'll probably pick somewhere around 10 to 15 markets. So far, I really love this. I've told other agents as well in markets I've been in, this is probably not one of my markets, but this so far is good.
St. George is a really good market. It's always growing. People want to be here. People come here and they just feel the vibe. They feel the. the kindness.
Oh, that's nice.
And,
Yeah.
and they stay, or
That's
they buy
interesting.
a second home, or
Huh.
so people really want to be here. So Alex
Yeah.
is he's a lender, loves investors, but he also is looking at buying a property manager company.
Oh, wow.
So I wanted
Okay.
to bring him. He could be a really key piece for you here.
That's another thing that we'll need is connections with property managers, handy folk, contract,
Yeah.
well, probably not contract, more like,
We have
electricians,
all that.
plumbers,
Yeah, we have all that.
all the subs, right?
We have all
So
that.
that's
Well,
awesome.
I knew he could be.
And
a
so
good-
wait, so you're a lender. Why don't you shout yourself out too? Go ahead.
Yeah. So,
here, I
hey
got the
guys,
mic.
yeah, we so my name's Alex Hernandez over here in St. George. We lend actually all of Utah, all of Nevada, all of Arizona. We do a lot of investment loans.
Nice.
And one thing that you may like, especially with you, I follow you and stuff. I watch your videos. With first-time investors, we have a loan program. Now you can HouseHack, you can go get an FHA loan and get into a house with little to no down.
Yeah.
And once you start leveling up, and it doesn't make sense for an underwriter anymore because you're like, I can't go down and own or occupy a smaller residence.
Yeah, no.
We have a 10% down, no investment loan for 1 to 4 units.
Wow.
That's significant because if you're looking to buy a duplex, triplex, or fourplex, you need 25%
That's
down.
not
going
Fannie
in.
Freddie now, is it though?
We actually partner up with the local credit union.
Wow.
They service it.
See, that's the connection.
So that
yeah.
is the connection because we get the clients get the benefits of working with us. Well, we're the experts. When you work with the bank and credit union, you don't really get the white glove experience.
Sure.
After hours specifically or weekends, you get to work with us. Well, then you get the benefits of a credit union servicing your loans as well. So,
Oh, with
it's
you
kind of
guys
that
answering
service.
and helping and brokering it. That's
exactly.
awesome, man. That's really good.
Exactly.
That's incredible. I mean, 10% down on investment loans, that's like unheard of. But the credit unions, they give you the special stuff because credit unions right now, they're facing so much competition from online banks, even like the SoFis of the world, these big ones, right? But the credit unions are now being forced to be even more competitive because of that. So that's good for the consumer. How do you get in?
Yeah,
There you go.
Get with us, man. We'll love you help.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
appreciate
really
it,
good.
brother. Yeah,
Thank you for that.
thank you.
Alex is a rock star.
That's awesome.
So we found to be the most efficient possible, we do not stop for food. So instead, Lauren made sure we had plenty of food supply for the entire day of traveling. Now we can get to Utah. We don't have to stop for coffee because she gives us thermoses. We don't have to stop for food because she gives us food. Now we can go fly to Vegas and we can go work. And that way we get work done. And if we finish everything early, maybe we can go get some dinner and maybe a drink on the flight back. Or
Thank
something
you,
like
Lauren.
that. Yeah. Oh, look at this. This looks fantastic. What is this? These are like lunch bags. Oh, this is great. Y'all better start eating up. Nobody's allowed to eat on the plane.
Really close without touching the plane.
Work for Kevin, you're gonna need a handful of these to get you through a couple of days, all right? Non-stop grind, we're seeing everywhere in this country and buying up all the good deals.
It's so crazy. Like if I wanted to fly here commercial, maybe I'd be landing around this time, but I would have not had any of the St. George, right? So we got a whole nother city and you're getting back the same night. I mean, you're getting 3, 4, 5 times the productivity. The more hours we fly it, the cheaper it gets. This is what I do while I'm commuting. I'm watching CNBC as they're reporting earnings while at the same time getting the earnings feed over here. I can't believe this. I mean, Cisco beat, Roku beat, Zillow even beat, Roku even beat. Everything's just beep, 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 beep. Waiting for Shopify here, but we're going through the earnings and we'll be prepared to talk about them. But wow, we're gonna go do a factory tour right now. But this is incredible, man. I mean, I would not be surprised if our prediction ends up coming true where we see the stock market V-shape up, well, maybe not V-shape, but Nike swoosh up, while at the same time the housing market kind of Nike swoosh upside down, and yields actually go up. Because if people dump bonds to buy stocks, because stocks are rallying, yields go up on treasuries, which makes real estate go down and stocks go up. But that's kind of what we've been planning for, is a stock rally at some point before the real estate recovery. So that's how we're positioned. And so far, it seems to be working that way. But I mean, we don't want to get complacent here. We'll keep paying attention, but it's crazy.
Boxable. We are here with the co-founder. How did you guys get Elon to live in a box? What's up, man?
Hey, good. Nice
Hey, pleasure to meet you. Yeah, absolutely. Jack, right?
Yes, Jack.
Oh, awesome. Super cool. So,
What do you
Vegas.
think?
Summerlin. I mean, so far it's been great. We just went to Boxable. But tell me about Summerlin. So, did McKay already catch you up kind of with what we're looking for ultimately?
Yes,
Fixers.
been following you forever, so.
No way. Oh, okay,
By
perfect.
your investment course, I know everything.
Wow. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So you pretty much know exactly what we're looking for. That's great. Where are we right now, and what do these things rent for? Like, are they good, stable rentals?
Yeah. So right now you are in Summerlin Center. It's called. Well, Summerlin is divided in about 5 neighborhoods. You have Sun City, Summerlin, Summerlin West, Summerlin Center, Summerlin South. So a bunch of little neighborhoods. This is like literally in the middle of Summerlin.
Okay.
We have downtown Summerlin right next to us with all kinds of shopping, restaurants, grocery stores. We have the Red Rock Casino right next to us, which is more of a high-end casino and all of that. So it's the place where you want to be, where you have a lot of jobs, a lot of employment, so you can rent out and eventually make a good cash flow on it.
Nice. And so how many people are actually occupying the homes? Because I know a lot of people, like, they live in Vegas like half the year or whatever. Do you see that a lot here, or is that more Henderson?
Summerlin has about 13% vacancy.
Okay. And Henderson's more?
Henderson is about the same, but it's a little bit lower price range compared to Summerlin. Summerlin, I would say overall is the highest, per square foot.
God, is this sort of like somebody once said in Vegas, you see a lot of like, you've got a hot neighborhood and then a new one builds and then everybody moves over there. Do the older neighborhoods preserve themselves? Like, can you rent out long term, or are you going to want to move and sell them at some point?
Great question.
Yeah.
Well, Summerlin actually is great because it's been here ever since the 90s.
Okay.
They started building. And Las Vegas, we're only 50 years old or 60 years old. So for us, it's a long time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But Summerlin is the most established neighborhood. It's technically not a city. It's a master plan community. It's the biggest master plan community in probably the United States, I think.
Wow.
From the data.
Nice.
We have about 125,000, people living here.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
So it's a pretty nice established home.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm excited. So this obviously, I'm going to say obviously, I'm pretty sure I'm right. This is in an HOA.
Yes.
What are the dues out here?
$55 a month.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's awesome. Okay, that keeps everything nice and clean. Exactly. I like that. I'm actually a big fan of that. Mm-hmm. So we're cul-de-sac here. So what do we got here?
We got a small single story, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms.
Perfect.
This is actually an open door listing.
Oh, no way. Oh,
that's why I want to show it to you.
Our favorite friends.
They actually bought this house back in June last year, which was at the peak of the market.
Oh, your peak was June, about here-ish, May, June, something like that.
Right. So they listed this house, the owners, at $480,000.
Okay.
And Open Door bought it for $500,000, which was unreasonable.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I remember back then people were telling me, "Hey, can I list my house? Well, how much can you get for me?" Well, maybe this house I would have listed at $450,000, $460,000, $470,000, right? And Open Door would give them with 5% fees, $500,000.
Oh my god.
That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry.
They're way
Go
overpaying.
ahead. Go for it. Go for it.
So you're losing deals to Open Door because they're just overpaying.
Last year, yes. Now they're not paying as much, way below.
Yeah. Okay. So now it makes sense to list again properties because Open Door is not paying you enough because they got burned.
Mm-hmm. I had some clients who were selling their houses, buying brand new construction homes, and they would be actually making money back or getting a better house.
Just dumping it to Open Door.
That's what it was.
That's insane. Yeah, that's when you know you're in a bubble. They
bought this one for $500,000 last year.
Yeah.
They pretty much chased the market down now to $425,000. They're listed.
$425. And how many days has it been on the market since their last price drop?
Since June last year.
Oh, okay. And the last price drop, last 30 days or something?
They actually relisted this one. They went from $445,000 to $425,000 at the end of the year, 2022.
Oh, wow. So they've already been sitting for 45 days at $425,000. Already $75K off of what they bought it for, but that wasn't true market value. That was inflated. You thought you'd list it for $450,000, maybe sell it for $460,000 or something in a hot market, right?
Exactly. Okay. But right now, this house is probably worth, based on the comps, around $400,000 to $410,000.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're at $425,000. So maybe if they get an offer, they might sell it for retail market.
Sure.
Yeah, but
they're still taking the big L on it. Yeah, and that still has to come through earnings. It's crazy. Wow. Okay. So I mean, Open Door's model isn't really like buying and doing much. They just sort of buy and want to resell it because they just want to make the commission, huh?
Exactly. Well, they are flippers, pretty much.
Basically.
But that's different from your kind of business, right?
Yeah.
So, but what they're trying to do, they literally just put a little bit of lipstick. You see this house, they put agreeable gray paint.
Oh, they painted this?
Yeah, painted the cabinets, put in new appliances, and listed on the market.
Wow.
That's all they're doing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's pretty remarkable because you're, now you're stuck on this asset that you've substantially overpaid for. I mean, it looks like they threw in some new appliances, but that's why the buy is so important because otherwise you get screwed. Sucks for Open Door, but then again, I think it was obvious, like you said, they were overpaying for them, so they should have known what they were getting into. So is this normal, like this lot size in Vegas, or is that just because it's the townhouse community we're in?
Well, this is the average lot size. Okay. We have about 18 feet right here, another 4 on top right there. So that's actually pretty good. We've seen lots even smaller.
Oh, wow.
People don't like to have, the city just doesn't build as much, anymore, these big lots anymore. So it's really difficult in the new communities, especially Summerlin, to have something like this. We like low maintenance, which is good for, landlords as well.
Because I imagine in the summer, you're going to lose most of the grass that you would have.
Right. Unless you want a pool, then in that case, you need a bigger lot.
Right. And it seems like a lot of people do have pools if you have the lot space.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. All right. Huh. That's also, it's interesting. This, they've got a lot, they're way over watering over here. You could see sort of like almost like the mildew coming through. Come on, Open Door, get with the program. Look at that, that's sad. Why would you put a seam here? Why? Just cut it longer. Oh well, that's interesting. What would this rent for?
I would say this single story in this location could go for about $2,400-$2,500 a month.
$2,400? Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow, Summerlin. Yeah, well, I mean, like, it's probably market 400, but 2,400, just for giggles really quick, times... divided by that gets you over that.
You could probably break even if you buy for a retail market.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I mean, even with rates where they are right now, that's crazy. And so in this neighborhood, if you can pick up, fixer upper for, what do your fixers sell for? In
I would say in here in this neighborhood, you could probably get something around $350. Let's say this house.
Okay.
It would make sense probably for you to get it for $350.
Okay.
And then it has a retail value of, let's say, $410.
Oh, okay.
But then you have some cash flow coming in.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you're renting long term.
Yeah, and then we gotta put some mold in and maybe get it at 300.
Yep.
We'll go spray the mold.
We don't have mold here in Vegas.
Oh, is it too dry?
Yep.
That
too
makes
dry.
sense. Yeah, it's more like Texas. Okay, so this is okay, you
That's
said
another
this.
plus also here in
What's
Las
that?
Vegas. That's another plus for Las Vegas. We don't have any mold. We don't have any pests, no termites, no issues at all with that because we have concrete slabs. So a termite can't get in from
the subterranean termites. Okay. Exactly. Yeah, that's interesting.
And no earthquakes, no hurricanes, anything.
You don't even get the wildfires like California does, do you?
No, nothing.
Wow.
Insurance is very low.
Yeah, because of that.
Growing city.
That's an interesting thought. And then what your property tax base is actually lower than California out here, and you're no state income tax, right?
It's about 1% when you buy a new construction home, but resale homes, because of their cap of 3% per year on single family homes.
It's not reassessed on sale?
They do sometimes, but most of the resale homes, like for this house, you're probably looking at around $2,700 to $3,000 a year.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you're almost half of California. That's incredible. And no state income tax. That's awesome. Okay, sweet. Yeah.
We're going to go see another home. It's a little bit bigger, 1,700 square feet, single story. Okay. But it's in Summerlin West. So that will give you about a 5-minute drive.
So this is central. Let's see which phone has service. I've got one bar over here, and I've got 2 bars on this one, so I'll try this one. Oh, you got a map. Oh, perfect.
So we are right now, this is actually a crime map. Wanted to open it for you.
Oh, how convenient. Thank you for doing that.
So you see, this is a strip. We have a lot of minor crimes. This is where you were here at Boxable.
Okay, yeah.
This is Nellis Air Force Base. You have a lot of, this is the area where people try to stay away from. You see how dark it is? The darker, the more crime.
Sure.
But then this is Summerlin. So anywhere.
Oh, it's pretty low.
Very low. And then you go down here.
Where's Summerlin Central? Would be here-ish? Or?
It's, I think, this one right here.
Okay, yeah. Ah, okay.
And, hold on, let me go back.
Sure.
So it's this right here. And then you have, we're going to go on the other side right here.
Ah, I see. Okay, got it. And you said there are like 5 main portions of Summerlin?
Yes. So you have Sun City Summerlin. This is a 55 and older.
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
Right. Then you have Summerlin North. Well, Sun City Summerlin is part of Summerlin North, which is all of this. Then you have Summerlin Center, which is a little small pocket right here.
What's the most expensive?
I would say Summerlin West.
West, okay.
It's the newest.
Is that where we're going now?
More luxury. Yes, we're heading that way. We're just over the 215 right
Oh, and then the really expensive $1 million homes are up probably on the ridges over here or whatever.
You got it.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
And then down here you have Summerlin South. You have the ridges right here.
Okay.
And
Mesa
Ridge.
Developments then. Mesa Ridge is over there. Okay.
Toll Brothers.
Yeah.
I think that's
I've been
where
there.
your friends live.
Yeah.
That's over here in Summerlin South. So
that's Summerlin South. Interesting. That whole ridge. Okay.
Right. So Summerlin South starts from here, which is right across the street, Sahara, going all the way south here, all the way down.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Let's go to the next one. That's cool. How much is the next one?
The next one is 500.
500. Good.
A little bit bigger.
I think often what we find is in the 500K range, we can get, let's say it's worth 5. If we can pick something up, for example, for, or it's worth 525 or whatever, if we can pick something up for like 425, put, 25, 30 into it, right? And then it's worth like 525. I find there's a larger spread in that 500 range. 500, 600, that range. When the smaller townhomes, usually you're going to be tighter. Like you had mentioned, 350 gets you to 410 or something like that.
And the problem is your cash flow, because the problem is when you get into the best neighborhood, you're not going to get cash flow right up from the top, right? So you have to go with the smallest house maybe to start getting some good cash.
Yeah, and so what we'll likely do is a mix, and we're going to be guided by the deal that we get, right? So we can pay more than the reasonable flippers, not like the open door flippers, right? We can pay a little bit more than the flippers because we're going to rent them out long term, and we'll be able to blend our cash flow with smaller and larger that way.
Are you open to, let's say, a B type neighborhood or B plus?
Potentially, yeah. So we would just blend that with more expensive properties, right? So. That's going to come down to, then we'll have to do like a rental analysis and see, can we attract the kind of tenant that we're looking for? Right. So, if the neighborhood's like, hey, you're never going to get a person with over a 620 credit score in this neighborhood, probably not going to work for us.
And I don't know how this ties into your strategy, but over here we have about 85% of people have white collar jobs in this neighborhood.
Okay, yeah.
That's really high.
That's interesting. Is that always Summerlin or this neighborhood in particular?
In particular, this neighborhood, as well as anywhere in Summerlin. That's the average in Summerlin.
Okay.
Versus blue-collar jobs are about 15% in here.
Okay. But then more of those maybe downtown, surrounding downtown and that?
More on the outskirts. I mean, if you go to the southwest or northwest side, we'll have maybe a 50-50 split.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which still, maybe I would consider that maybe a B-type neighborhood.
Okay.
Versus going on to the east side, then you'll have a lot higher blue-collar jobs, post office.
I got it.
Or bank teller, whatever.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, great. Let's go to the next one. Thank you for that. Where are we now?
Summerlin West.
Summerlin West is still mostly white collar, right? So the 215 is a highway that's somewhat close to here.
Correct. That's what we passed over on that bridge.
I see. Okay. And we came from Central, you said?
We came from Central, yes. Which is still 5 minutes away.
Yeah, we're 9 minutes away. Oh, that's nice. 9 minutes from their downtown. That's cool. I like that. Bars, restaurants with bars, many more bars. Public school plus bar. See, look, it literally says public school, restaurant plus bar. They know how to be efficient in Vegas, huh? You get your education, you get your food, and you get your booze. So what's this thing listed for?
This one is listed at $500,000. They just dropped it from $525.
What's it worth?
Maybe $480.
So $480, and then what do these things rent for?
This is going to be more than what we saw right now, probably around 27.
That's awesome. And so a little bit of deeper yards here. You don't have a lot of wood fences out here, huh?
We don't. And it's not good for the desert. In the desert, they don't perform well.
They don't do well in the desert.
Rot, crack.
Okay. We saw that at St. George, Utah as well. It was very anti-wood fence. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've already upgraded a lot of the hardware and light fixtures here. Okay, so this is a nice single story. You see any preference in the single versus two, or not really?
You have a bigger, more people that are willing to rent a single story versus a 2-story.
Sure.
Because you have elder people, don't want to go up and down the stairs. Yeah. So you have a bigger pool of renters.
So 2 bathrooms. And you said somewhere in 2,700 in rent for something like this? Is this in an HOA as well?
In this neighborhood, yes. Still could be around that 26, 27, yes.
That's
not much
incredible.
More because it's still a 3-2, right?
Do you get a lot of 5 beds out here, or is generally, what do you see most of? Like, what do people generally prefer to rent? The rents are high. This is incredible. You guys actually do pull rents out here.
The best part about this neighborhood is the school districts. So people want to be out here, Palo Verde, all the best school districts in town, pretty much.
How many square feet is this?
This one is almost 1,700.
This is 1,700. Okay.
Single story though, so it'll rent a little bit more than let's say a 2-story.
Got it.
Same
Got
square
it.
footage.
And then you got the townhomes on the other side, or smaller homes on the other side. Okay. Okay. Awesome.
Obviously, that price for something fixed up. This is probably a little bit older, carpet and all. So.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. And you said this is about 480.
This one is 500 is listed at.
Oh, right. Market around 480. Okay.
Market value made 480.
Okay. Good to know. Where's the next one?
Is this something that you'll be interested in, or?
Oh yeah, like this as a fixer, hands down, easy. This is easy because these are newer too. What is this? Early 2000s?
Yes.
Yeah. So early 2000s. I mean, you're not gonna have any issues with the structure or the the systems or whatever. Roof is still pretty new. These are 50, 60 years, 50, 60 year roofs. Yeah. We would be interested in something like this that, had the nasty carpet, the nasty smell, the tenant just got kicked out, that kind of stuff. We want to compete with the, pay a little bit more than the flippers on those type of deals. So when they come up, we'll in the neighborhoods we know, we'll just buy them sight unseen. Right. I mean, the cool thing about doing these videos is, I could just go back to my videos too, but we'll also be coming back to these areas. I'm actually pretty impressed so far with Summerlin. This is pretty good. Some of the areas we go to, I'm like, yeah, no, we probably won't be back here. Why don't you shout yourself out? Tell everyone who are you, your name, phone number maybe, and how people can get in touch with you.
My name is Jack Graham. I'm a realtor out here in Las Vegas. I help out people mostly from out of town to move here to the Valley, so that's what I specialize in. And fixer-uppers, new construction, whatever it is. My channel, I have a YouTube channel. My name pretty much, Jack Graham. You can check me out right there. I do video tours of homes pretty much.
How do people call you?
All my information is on my channel, but 702-606-4815. Any real estate needs, I'm here to help.
That's awesome. Now, also the neighborhood here, or just Summerlin in general, when you see people selling, do you have people ever leaving the area, or are they just going to another neighborhood?
Way less than how many people actually come here.
Oh, okay. So way more coming in versus going out.
Right.
And where do they go when they do leave?
It's usually they leave because they're priced out.
Priced out of Vegas?
Well, priced out of Vegas because it's growing so much.
Wow. So
they go into a less desirable neighborhood.
Where neighborhood in the area here?
Not many people leave Las Vegas. I think we had like 10,000 people leave last year or something like that, but we had like 53,000 come in. So
oh wow. Okay.
Still
okay.
big.
So you're getting 5 new entrants for every person who leaves. Oh, that's interesting.
We have.
And where would those people go if they do leave Vegas?
I mean,
who knows? Okay, so there's no like clear trend where you're like, oh yeah, everybody's going to Texas or whatever.
Our competition, and I see this because I get a lot of people from California.
Yeah, of course.
I see this with people either going to Texas, Florida, or Arizona probably.
Yeah.
The main competition.
Those are your competitors. That makes sense. Okay, so nobody's going up north.
Yeah, the good thing about Las Vegas,
yeah,
the good thing about Las Vegas is we have dry weather, so there's no humidity. Even though like right now I'm kind of cold right now.
Yeah,
I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah. No, I do. Yeah,
but I don't even have a jacket. So we're in February.
I got 4 layers.
Right.
But it was cold this morning.
Right.
So anyway,
it's a great
thank
weather.
You, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is super cool. So we're going to be back in Vegas, I would imagine, within the next couple months, and we'll go look at some more neighborhoods too. Maybe
Sounds
next time, let's look at the area around IKEA you were talking about, because I want to see the difference. So a common question I get, in fact, that we were just talking about is what's the goal, right, of viewing these homes? And the goal is to get familiar not just with agents, but also properties and neighborhoods. So that way, if in a year from now I get a call and hey, Kevin, there's a sick deal in Summerlin. It's about to hit the market in 2 days. We got to be quick on it. It's a fixer-upper. They're looking for a cash offer. Are you interested? I can go look at my Summerlin video and go, I remember that. In fact, I've been in Summerlin 4 times. Oh, look, we've been in that neighborhood. Or I've been in Summerlin 20 times, depending on how often I'm in Summerlin, right? Which is very close to us. It's very easy to be out here in Vegas. The airport's 15 minutes away from Summerlin. So we can make a buy decision without even being there. And then of course in the future, during inspections, a regular escrow period or whatever, we can always verify what we're looking for. But the more familiar we are with neighborhoods, the better deals we can get. The more familiar we are with agents, the better deals we can get. The person who always loses a deal is where the agent sends someone a deal and the person's like, oh, okay, I'll get back to you tomorrow. No, it's sold by then. You have to know right when they call you. Hey, are you interested? Oh, where is it? Oh, yep, I'm interested. That's the point of doing all this. You've got to become an expert in buying real estate. In my case, for HouseHack, I got to become an expert in the western half of the United States. So that's what we're going to do. And in the future, we'll become an expert in the entire United States. And if things go well after that, we'll go beyond that. That's the plan. Now we've moved up north of Sun City, Summerlin. This is called the Lone Mountain District. This is about 17 minutes away from the airport, where our pilots are now getting ready our plane. And if you want to shadow me or check out the programs on Building Your Wealth and learn everything that goes on in my head and join those lifetime access course member live streams, make sure to do so via the link down below. Take advantage of the flash sale that's going on. But what are we doing here? Well, we're here to look at these homes. Now, this is a little bit more unique. This is in a gated community. You can actually see that these homes share sort of, it's not really a cul-de-sac. It's more of like you've got 2 flag lots and then 2 entry homes here, all in sort of this custom driveway-esque thing. It's different. You know, you've got these little pods almost, or like prison pods or jail pods. It is a gated community. I don't really know anything about it, so we're going to learn about it. That's the point. Our goal is to travel and learn everything we can about the Western United States. And here we are doing just that. So we'll see what we've got in the neighborhood. Wish me luck.
Hey, what's up, man? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So how much of a rundown did McKay give you of kind of what we're doing? So this is the first one.
Yeah.
And then do you live in this area?
I live in the Northwest, so
Northwest.
Like a little further up.
So what's the difference between like where you live and here?
This one kind of took a bigger hit during like the recession time.
Okay, so Lone Mountain is what we're in now.
Right.
Okay. And that took a bigger hit than Northwest, you said?
Right. So these were, I bought my first house in 2010.
Oh, good for you. That's a great time. Good for you, man. Yeah.
So I remember seeing these were down like to like 175, the 150 area.
Yeah.
So
what are they now? What's this one?
This one's 349.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of investors renting them out.
Yeah.
So the area is kind of going back in.
Okay.
Now that they're able to actually...
How's the last like 8 months been? So has it slowed down a lot, or has it picked up even recently, like in the last 2 months? Or what have you seen?
We, from, what was it, June till November?
Yeah.
It was fairly dead.
Fairly dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you got to pick up in December.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
December now till now, like it's actually been pretty busy.
Really? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. A lot of people looking, or like more people listing, or
both. More people buying.
Okay.
There's more inventory, so.
Okay, good.
There's a buy down interest rate.
Yeah, is the lenders buying down in that?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So this, how much did you say this was?
$349.
$349, and it's a 3 and 2. What could something like this rent for?
We're getting about $1.25 per square foot. So.
Okay. So these are 2-story townhomes. These look like 90s homes. You can find out when these were built. So you got laundry over here. No, these might even be older. Okay, do you know when this was built?
The highest one was 1950. I mean, not 1950, but the rental was 1950.
Okay, yeah.
And then 1997.
1997, so it is an 90s home. Built 97, and then 3 and 2, you said 1950. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And is there a reason you have... It seems like in Summerlin you don't have as many gated communities until you get like into the $1 million range.
Right.
Do you just have more gated communities out here, or is there more crime?
No, I mean I think the gated community became more of a luxury.
Okay. So just a feature.
And then in the 90s for like the
Got it. You saw that in the 90s out here.
If you see most like 90 homes.
Yeah.
Outside in this skirt, you'll like see more gated communities.
Oh, really? Okay, so it's like 90s. You had gates.
Right.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Nice. HOA out here probably a little higher than some of the tract homes. Well, I mean, this is a tract as well, but 1, 2, 3. Yeah, here's your 3 and 2, and here's your master. Ish, I think. Yeah, this is your master over here. Yeah, the nice thing about 90s is you do often see like even the traditional cabinetry is more dated, the traditional paint's more dated. It's you're more likely to find older properties that just need a little bit more TLC love. Do you invest for a rental? Would you pick here, or would you be going more where you live in Northwest?
In the Northwest, you'll be getting more demand for it.
More demand for rental.
Because where I live, it's like closer to.
Where are you? So you must be this way, like towards Corn Creek.
Like basically, this is considered Northwest. Like.
Oh, this section right here.
Right. Well, like, can I touch it? Sorry.
Yeah. Of course, please.
that corner right there's northwest.
Like by Floyd Lamb.
Like from here. So like this is basically the exit to Mount Charleston.
Ah, okay.
And it goes all the way to the Aliante Casino, which is like right here by the golf course.
So this whole thing like Tool Spring and everything over here, huh?
Right.
Ah, okay, got it. And okay, yeah, targets.
You'll definitely get more of your buck.
More bang for your buck there.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that because prices are a little lower, or do you have just more demand for rentals? You were kind of thinking.
You get bigger homes.
Bigger homes. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Who do you see live in like Northwest and out here, like in your neighborhood? What do you usually see? Like, why are people coming to that part as opposed to say, like, why would somebody pick where you are versus say Summerlin?
Right. So I mean, in Summerlin, you'll get a smaller home for the price because you're buying the area more than the home.
You're buying the area there, so it's deemed to be, for whatever reason, more desirable.
Right.
Okay, got it. And
because you'll get maybe like a 2,500 square foot home for like 400,000 in the Northwest, while you're moving to Summerlin for 400,000, you can get a 1,300 square foot house.
Oh, I see. Okay, and it, would this be sort of in the middle? Do you think?
Yeah, it's in the middle.
This is more in the okay. Got it. What? I mean, people pretty much do everything for work out here in Vegas, huh?
Right. Mostly casinos.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
North Las Vegas, you'll see a lot of military people.
Oh, is there a base?
Yeah, Nellis Air Force Base.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's
why
awesome.
one of the reasons too, like renting on that side is kind of like, it's better because you'll have more honest people.
Oh, wow. So you get a lot of VA buyers over there as well? Oh, that's awesome. Well, that's awesome. Okay, let's go to the next house.
All right, perfect.
I like the sweater, by the way.
Oh.
Berkshire printed these guys.
Yeah, definitely.
That's interesting. They got the pool slide over there. I want a pool slide. I like the fake grass. That's smart. You get the fake grass over there. And see, people investing in their homes is good. So you got refrigeration and HVAC over here. So you got to start, you got the cargo vans, like 3 in a row over here. So it's a little more blue collar neighborhood, but people are taking pride of ownership nonetheless.
We covered that too to tell people about. So
Nicely. This one hasn't repainted in a long time. They've repainted. The yellow one could be dated that gray. This I don't know that this is in an HOA because that looks like a non-standard color. That gray and the pink doesn't really work. Is this an HOA? We'll find out.
No HOA.
No, yeah. You just by looking at the neighborhood, you can tell.
There is an HOA, but it's $27.
Oh,
so it's probably just to manage certain things, but not really strict on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You get the '90s floor. Nice. This must be another '90s build then. This is pretty generic. So somebody's already kind of come in, right, and they've already done the paint on the cabinet. So this sort of takes away some of your opportunity here. And I'm surprised they would do white knobs on the white painted cabinet. This is closer to the airport, but not really closer to where you are. So you see a lot of VA buyers, or what do you generally see? Like 3.5% down, FHAs, or?
Right now.
Yeah. Like who's your big buyer right now? Where do all these people come from in December?
Right now is most of my clients right now are upgrading their homes.
Upgrading? Oh, so but they're keeping the first one, or are they selling?
They're selling their first one.
Wow.
And then they're getting all their proceeds because they don't know how much lower they're going to go.
So
they're getting all the proceeds, flipping into their new home.
So people realize we're on a little bit of a downslope.
Right,
already.
exactly.
Okay.
And then
so nobody's surprised by that.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then they'll get whatever the seller can contribute towards their closing costs. So it's like
that makes sense.
They can maximize their purchase.
Yeah. This reminds me so much of like a Miami home. I think it's the lighter tile. All right, so we got a little quarter bath or half bath down here, and then 2-story.
Right.
They did the laminate over here. It's expensive and it's actually hard to do the laminate on the staircase. You can see they didn't do the best. I mean, that could just be a piece of molding missing over here, but I don't know that they did the best job on that. And what do we got over here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's a 4-bedroom. See, that's nice. 1, 2, 4 bedrooms. So you got 3 bedrooms over here. Sort of the double vanity top over here. That is a tiny fan. Gee whiz. How is that even functional? All right. Yeah, this is very simple. I like it. Something like this, a little bit more beat up. This could work. Okay. Cool.
That's a nice spot.
Yeah, simple. Yeah, I like that. So something like this, like that like the dog smell, the nasty carpet, the holes in the wall. This is fine. This would align with kind of what we're looking for. This one maybe not so much with being on sort of the busier road, right? Maybe on the
right.
inside.
No, that's just a through street. So.
Oh, okay. What would something like this rent for?
I ran my comps for this one.
Yeah.
You're looking at $2,100 to $2,200 a month.
Okay, and then what? This you said was $480.
30?
Oh, okay, 430. Okay.
460. I'm sorry.
460.
Yeah.
Okay. And this has been on the market for a little bit.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, so it's probably like 430 or something.
430, 420.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's awesome. Then and then 4-bed will probably pull us a little bit more rent than a 3. Do you see a big difference between the 4s and the 3s out here?
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Yeah. Okay. That's. I see that too. Okay.
What will help you is a 3-car garage.
Oh, really? So that'll give you a boost.
Right.
So how much are you really getting on a? Would you say a 3-car garage boost? And is that really because people are doing a lot of like outdoorsy kind of activity here, or
No, it's
more?
mostly just for storage.
Storage. Okay.
Storage or bigger families.
Okay. Do you see that a lot out here where people then are moving from the 3-bedroom homes to like the 4 or 5s with family or?
Right. We see a lot of that. We also see a lot of like adults buying together. Like,
to rent rooms to each other and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. So if you wanted to rent and not have people sublease, maybe the 3s and the 4s where you cap out.
Right.
So we're trying to stay away from people subleasing down from under us. Okay. We're going to be back up here and we'll catch up with you again. And when we're ready, I want to see your area maybe next.
Okay.
The Northwest next time we come here, because I'd like to see where you're talking about with the veterans.
Right.
That sounds really good deals come up. I've been an agent since 2010. When the good deals come up, I know they sell fast.
Right.
And so I would expect that. Like if you called me, hey Kevin, we got a good deal in this neighborhood, I got to write that day. Do you want to shout yourself out, your business?
Yeah, sure. You can send me a text or give me a call. My phone number is 702-609-2426.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you so much. The person who chose the color of house that doesn't match with the roof also has the old police car. The old Crown Victoria Fords. Turbocharged, baby. How'd it go, sir? How was your shadowing experience?
Yeah, no, it was an amazing day overall. Seen a lot of great places. It was great hanging out with you, learning. For me personally, as well as just learning about like the real estate aspect, it was also nice to see Kevin's in his zone, how he works, how his day is going. Use as inspiration just to take home with me and just to see what it's like to run a business on your scale and what it takes to really get to that level. Also seeing firsthand what kind of deals Kevin looks for, what kind of questions he asks the real estate agents. And then also while we're also hanging out and chilling, finding out what he thinks about the stock market and the whole 9 yards, right?
It was awesome. We talked about so much. Thank you so much. It was really a pleasure having you.
It was a pleasure being here.
Now we're gonna get on the plane and we're doing shots because it's been a long day. And if you want to, and now it's cold and I gotta warm up. If you want to shadow me, make sure to check out the link down below. This was a long day. St. George, Utah, Las Vegas, some great opportunities for HouseHack. Got to do an interview over at Boxable as well. So we got so much done today. Couldn't get it done without the bird. Now let's take it, get somewhere warm.
Yeah. Highly recommend it.